everyone, this is Archive12, and today we have a new Helldivers 2 song from Chi-chiai. This is probably going to be the only song that I release this week, the only reaction that I release this week, to a song that is not the amazing Digital Circus themed. So yeah, but I was alerted, Chi-chiai's only been featured on my channel like once or twice, outside of like being in Cyphers, and I love her voice. So I'm excited to hear what she's doing with a Helldivers 2 song. But I was alerted to this song by a viewer who I think they reacted to or I think they watched and commented on my amazing Digital Circus ad reaction. But regardless, I'm excited to listen to this because I'm always looking for more Helldivers 2 songs of any kind. Link will be in the description below if you want to watch this without my commentary, because I will be pausing and I will be talking about it. And without further ado, let's get started. Okay, I love how like upbeat this is while also still maintaining the heavy amount of propaganda. And it's still pretty light on propaganda, honestly. But like it definitely feels like an sort of like a promotional anthem song that you would see in the Helldivers 2 universe for I don't know, for like recruitment or something like that. I like the rather intense synthy bass that's going on in the background. Almost kind of makes me think of cyberpunk in a lot of respects. But Chi-chiai is doing something that like I thoroughly have like wanted to hear in a Helldiver song, in that she is kind of making a bit of a like a march using like synthetic sound around it. This definitely feels like something that you could probably put into like headphones and whatnot and march to. The rather epic patriotic sounding drums going alongside the synthetic beat, I don't know, they just punctuate all of that. So far this has been a bit of a treat. I will say some of these like flashing images, I myself am not photosensitive normally, but some of these flashing images are a bit much even for me. But I really am enjoying like the music for sure. The video, obviously, it's just using stock footage or footage from, you know, people running around and actually like gathering footage for this video. But the video's editing definitely is a little harsh on the eyes for sure. I'm glad they put the flashing warning thing up. I'm just gonna close my eyes for a little bit because this is very harsh. This part right here almost sounds like it's almost like 8 or 16-bit, honestly. Which there's just so many things going on with this instrumental that like are very interesting to me, very unique in regards not just for Helldivers 2 song, but just in music in general. this is definitely one of the more uh auditorily unique songs that I've heard.
Soldier, there's a battle knocking at your door. Soldier, don't you hear them calling out for more? So if you stand for freedom, better know what for. Suit up, tie down, it's time to go to war. Soldier, do you see the fire in the sky? Soldier, don't you falter, don't you question why? If you believe democracy, you can't deny. Suit up, tie down, it's time to do or die.
Okay, so that section there, I like the fact that they completely erased all the synthetic beat, and it was just nothing but like the patriotic drums that were going on. One thing, however, that I did notice with those drums, they sounded a little flat. I don't know if that's just me, but like I didn't really detect much. It was like mostly treble, no bass behind them. So I feel like those drums could have easily had a little bit more oomph behind them now that the synthetic bass had been removed. And I felt like they were a little lackluster because they didn't have that. But in terms of like the usage of them, I really enjoyed how they were used. I feel like they were just a little flat compared to what I would expect them to sound like if they actually had some bass behind it. It's just like sounded mostly treble, no bass. The filter that they put on this video for this section is like, I get what they were trying to do, but it washes out so much detail that it makes it almost like a Rorschach painting, where like it's just kind of like asking you, what do you see in this? Like, obviously, if you've seen the video that this filter was placed on top of, you know what this is. This is like, you know, the I think the ending of the video where like you've got the 4 Helldivers standing there right before you get the Helldivers 2 logo. Like, I understand what this scene is, but if you didn't understand what this scene is, this feels more like a psychological test than anything else, because there's so little detail that you can actually make out. It's a very interesting choice for the filter they decided to put on here, rather than just like making it like, I don't know, like a very heavy yellow sepia type tone so that you can still see the detail. They just kind of wash everything out. And in motion, it does work to an extent, but it's not a filter I think I would have chosen if I were to have made this video.
Soldier, there's a battle knocking at your door. Soldier, don't you hear them calling out for more? So if you stand for freedom, better suit up, tie down, it's time to go to war. It's time to do your war. Fight a red, do your sky. Fight a red, do your falter, do your close, genuine, do you can't believe democracy, you can't believe democracy. It's time to do or die.
one thing that this song did do is it reminded me of like this sounded like a very patriotic and obviously somewhat propaganda style song, but it also sounded like a club song. Like this sounded like a song that you'd hear at a club, which is a very odd feeling. A very odd feeling for it being a Helldivers 2 song. Very curious. Um, that was fun. I really enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. I'm just very confused. I'm just very confused at that. Um, I definitely enjoyed it, but was very confused. um, but again, I was mostly just confused with the fact that it sounds like a club song. It sounds like something you'd hear blasted at a dance club, not necessarily something that you would probably associate with Helldivers. Um, the lyrics are obviously very simplistic. They just kept repeating over and over again. There wasn't a lot of complexity for that. Most of the complexity was derived from the beat and the way the energy that the song had. Because that part was definitely very complex. I think that's one reason why I'm associating it with like a club is because of the fact that it has a dance club like energy to it. Overall, really, really good. Not one of my favorites for the Helldivers songs that have come out, but a fantastic song nonetheless, and definitely one I'm adding in my playlist. That's a song that I could easily vibe to just like while I'm writing or reading or something like that. That's definitely a song that gives me a lot of good feelings to listen to. But in terms of like analyzing it next to all the other Helldiver songs, like all the Jonathan Young songs, Divide Music, like those ones, definitely probably like one of my lesser favorite ones, only because of its lack of its lack of complexity in terms of its lyrics. I was hoping that it would tell a story. Instead, this, like I said, just sounded like a club song. Um, but that's okay. That's okay. It definitely served its purpose for giving me vibes, and I might go play Helldivers here in a little bit. So if it got me to play Helldivers, then it succeeded in its mission. But anyway, that's going to be it for me. Thank you for joining me. I am Markoff12, and I will see you in the next video.